How do I get single men to come to a party? I have a restaurant in Brooklyn and I want to throw a singles mixer for Valentine's Day. And all of the women in my DMs are very enthused, but no men. So how do I, without getting canceled, tell people to like bring their single guy friends? Lots of enthused gays too. So the gays and the girls, maybe the gays and the girls should just have a party and we just exclude the men. Is that? I'll get canceled for that too. Anyway, tips welcome. I have a tequila sponsor, so tequila on me all night. Margaritas, spicy palomas, anything your heart desires. Just need the straight men to show up.
So what you're trying to tell me is you can have free alcohol, free everything. Really, honestly and truly, you can throw food in there. Well, actually, with the food, they might come, but you can throw all that in there and the men still ain't coming. How about we slow down, stop trying to get people drunk, and figure out why they don't even want to come to have a good time.
Curious if any other single people out there feel the same way right now. Valentine's Day is coming up, and normally I'm like, now I'm like, thank God I don't want to be bothered. Oh my God, I'm sure once Valentine's Day actually comes up, I'm going to be like, but right now I'm like, please stay away. Oh my God. That being said, I gotta go check my Hinge. Goodbye.
Being single and child-free on Valentine's Day is an interesting place to be because on the one hand, it's a stupid made-up holiday. Who gives a... I also, am fine. I don't really particularly want a partner or a man in my house. No, pass. But at the same time, it's also well... I want a celebration. I want to be celebrated. And why is this day of love only about romantic partnership? I think it's morphed into, I love being a mom or, boy mom and the homemade Valentines from their kids, but miss me with all of that. And I think it stung more in my 30s now at this big middle age. I don't give a fuck, but it stung in my 30s because I was like, I'm alone. No one cares. And I was a little bit pick me, no one chose me, and then your friend would get engaged and it would be the FaceTime the next day of you know what I mean? And it was just a reminder of your soloness not being on the path in the direction of not just your friends, but of society. Again. So now in my 40s, hold on, my food's done. I'm telling you, I'm eating taco bowls all week, okay? And now that I've found community inside the single and child-free network, this day, I think, has now morphed itself to be a day of celebration for us. We get to celebrate our life too, because you know who I love? I love me! And this is the best relationship I have ever been in. And no amount of balloons or a dozen roses or a card or anything that comes from anybody else is ever going to replace the love and the way that I feel about myself. It's pretty dope. So this Valentine's Day, if you don't have plans with your friends, I want you to make some and come with us. We are showing up on Valentine's Day to do self-love and bougie. It's a celebration of this amazing single and child-free life. And no, we do not need a romantic partner or a separate day of Galentine's Day to go and celebrate ourselves. We have events in Boston, Chicago, Philly, Orange County, and coming soon, San Francisco. So come join us and other single and child-free women who are so pumped about their life and we're celebrating it. So come join us on Valentine's Day because this relationship is the best one that you'll ever have. Link in my bio.
So a coping mechanism is what this is. Listen, man, good for you for getting out the house. But we all know what this is. Come on now. You don't have to lie to us. You don't have to lie to yourself. Y'all ain't got nothing to do. Well, I was being a pick me and this, and that. No, you were being a normal person. Somebody that was well, I want to be in a relationship with somebody too. When modern women start talking like this, in all seriousness, it makes me, they talk about emotional vulnerability. They talk about emotional, not necessarily intelligence, but emotional maturity, right? Oh, well, I used to be a pick me because I wanted somebody to take me out. So basically you guys now are trying to save face. Well, if I can't get anybody to pick me or I can't get anybody that wants to invite me out, then I just go hang out with somebody else and we don't need this stuff. Which if you want to get together with your friends and hang out with your friends, cool. Go do that. I encourage you to do that. Man, go get something to eat. But modern women, they're starting to do this thing to where they get on men about not showing their emotions, like their true emotions, and not being emotionally vulnerable. But then here you are talking about, oh, I don't want that. The older I get, I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want that. Come on. Come on. If you had that if somebody was asking you out and giving you the chance, the opportunity, then you would take it. But because you don't have the opportunity, then you can't take it. And now it's like, oh, well, that I didn't want that anyway. Modern women do this with men that have money too. The man that they want that rejects them. Oh, I didn't want him anyway. You did, but because he didn't want you and you can't have him, then all of a sudden he's too bougie. You was being a pick me, and all of a sudden now he's not good for you and you don't want him. Just say you feel. Just say your feelings are hurt for being rejected, and let's move on. Let somebody hug you. Let somebody put their arms around you. Feed you a little ice cream. Make you some noodles. Make you some noodles. Watch a little TV and go on back out to work the next day. I think you'll be all right.
Single ladies, listen up. If you're single and wanting a man, you need to be outside on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is on a Friday this year, so anybody that's not in a relationship is gonna be going out doing something. And even if you're not a big going out person, go to the gym, go to the post office for all I care. If they are out and about solo, they're 99.9% single. It's literally the day where all the singles are gonna be out and about, so you can either find a casual fun fling or your future husband. Whatever it is, go crazy.
If you're watching this video, this is your sign to still celebrate Valentine's Day with or without a man. Like, this is for the single ladies. Like, go get you a cute dress. You still got time. Get you a cute dress. Book that hair appointment. You feel me? The makeup appointment, whatever. Get your look together because we're going outside. Whether it's a girls' night, whether it's a solo dinner, whatever. We are still celebrating ourselves. We still celebrating self-love. We celebrating self-improvement. We celebrate all day at the end of the day because a man never stopped nothing. Like I said, find that restaurant, find that dress, book that black truck, do what you gotta do, boo, because we outside. Like that.
Well, he did stop something because y'all are on here trying to power through what he stopped. It's a significant blockade because y'all are looking for a man. Think about what they do during the holidays. It's cuffing season. It's matching pajamas. They even started cuffing season tryouts way back in January. They backing it up to January, thinking that by the time November comes around, really you need to be ready as a viable option right around at the end of October, so they can take you home to their family without it being weird. Oh, you just met the guy. What is he doing here? Oh, well, I've been knowing him for about 7-8 months now. But now that the man ain't signing up for whatever y'all got going on, y'all got to take yourselves out. Y'all got to figure out what to do with yourselves. Now that men ain't paying attention to y'all, they're not spending money on y'all. Then all of a sudden, oh, well, go get that nail appointment. Go in there and make a reservation knowing that them folks don't want you in there. Knowing that you got couples trying to celebrate their stuff. But modern women are always like, oh, how can I make it about me? How can I make this day about me? I mean, I got all 364 other days. But now I want to choose this day. I want to choose this day to somehow put the center of attention on me again.
Seeing everyone be in love is a hate crime.
What? How?
Because they're in love and I hate it. This year marks 2 decades of me never having a Valentine, okay? 20 years. Like, the world is truly messed up when someone as hot as me doesn't even have a date tonight. I feel like everyone's shoving their relationships down my throat this year. Like, Erin from English? Really? When the hell did she start dating someone? That's it. I'm deleting Instagram. Like, I can't see another post about someone's ugly-ass boyfriend. Like, seriously, I feel like it's like the prettiest girls attract the ugliest guys. One day, someone's gonna go to the grocery store and they're gonna buy me ugly dead flowers last minute, and that's how I'll know I have a future as a divorcee. Like, is that too much to ask for? My mom literally bought me pity chocolates. And you know what? I don't even care. I'm gonna eat them all, and I'm gonna be a little bit chubby and single forever. I've actually been hanging out with this guy, Ben, almost every night this week.
Wait, who's Ben?
Ben and Jerry's. But you have a boyfriend, so you probably don't even know that. I have nightmares that one day I'll be desperate enough to settle for some mid guy who has a receding hairline and likes fishing. And I mean, it's terrifying. Don't judge me. Like, it's Valentine's Day and I'm single and I started my period, so I can have these.
Nothing irritates me more than when somebody's like, Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. You can't even say it right.
If that man hasn't made any plans for Valentine's Day yet up until this point, he hates your guts and he doesn't like you. And do not have him convince you, manipulate you even to thinking that it's not that big of a deal, because it is that big of the deal. It's one of the biggest deals besides your birthday and Christmas. He has had plenty time since Christmas to start planning for Valentine's Day. And if no arrangements are done up until this point, because he knows, you know, we know, Valentine's Day events are going to be booked out in advance. Don't let that man tell you it's not that serious. Don't let that man convince you that it's not one of the most important days, because it is. And if he don't do nothing, you better leave him where he at and get you a new one.
But what if that new one doesn't do anything for you either? What if y'all are making up stuff that, you know, hey, this is a day for us to celebrate each other, but get this. What if y'all did that every day? Or for the normal couples, what if y'all did that on a regular basis? What if y'all had a date night on a regular basis? Sue me. What if y'all did the type of stuff that you would do on Valentine's Day on a regular basis? Maybe not all at the same time, but I stopped and got her some flowers, right? This day, we went to XYZ place. What if that was a thing? Instead of waiting and loading up to, oh, everybody's celebrating Valentine's Day, so we got to celebrate it. And it's the most important day next to Christmas and your birthday. It's not. It's just another day, another opportunity for you to show that special somebody that you actually do care about them.
Mwah. No man.
There's a hole in my...
No one on this planet give two about Valentine's Day. Half of the people that celebrate Valentine's Day are fronting. I've never met a nigga in my life that was excited about Valentine's Day. Not one ever said, man, yo, Valentine's Day coming up. I can't wait to see what my shorty got me, man. Valentine's Day coming up. I can't wait to give my shorty a gift. But we fake it and we front because why? We want to see you happy. I gotta understand, man. When a man is on his grind, he trying to achieve his goals and dreams, man, he ain't got time to be celebrating these fake ass holidays every year.
If you didn't get anything on Valentine's Day, just be prepared to leave. Mentally prepare yourself to leave if a man does nothing for you on Valentine's Day, because it's time to stand up. You know, you've been giving this man all year. He can't even get you flowers on one day. Like, we need to do better as women. And I'm going to always encourage women to do better, because if we leave it for men to do better, they're just simply not going to do it. But women will be the inspiration for men to do better. So if you make a man meet you at a certain standard, and it's a high standard, not one that's down in the pits of hell, men will gradually have to start working towards that, right? And that's the ultimate goal. It's time to have respect for yourself, and it's time to let, him find his dream girl, because you're clearly not it. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but that is the pill you need to swallow. And it might take a few, but you need to get going.
But again, get this. What if he's been getting you flowers throughout the year regularly, and you're going to put the whole entire relationship on one day? You got to leave him on one day. My God, I hope y'all don't ever forget an anniversary. I hope y'all don't ever forget a birthday of his. Or I hope y'all give him on his birthday exactly what he wants, how he wants it. I hope you do the same thing for Christmas and not give him some socks. Or else, at that point in time, he needs to leave. You guys suck. You guys suck at relationships. You suck at relationships and you're a loser, dude. Delete this video.
It is
crazy how when we get into a relationship with a man, it's no longer on our timing as a woman. You see, a man can get married in less than 6 months or he can wait 5 to 7 years. It depends on that woman. Men don't rush into marriage at all. They just move fast when certainty shows up. People often think getting married fast is super impulsive, but it's actually clarity. If you haven't noticed how the world runs, men move fast when the right conditions exist. Here's what's usually present when a man gets married super fast. Number one, that woman brings him peace. Being with that woman feels easier than being alone because there's no emotional roller coaster, there's no drama and no chaos. Number two is respect. He feels respected in how she talks to him, how she trusts him, and also supports his leadership. Number three is emotional safety. He can talk to her and be honest without anything being used against him later. Number four is consistency. Her energy, affection, and behavior don't change based on milestones or pressure. Number five, she believes in him. She believes in his vision even when results haven't shown up yet. Number six is alignment. They want the same life, values, direction, not just love. When all of those things exist in a woman, a man does not feel rushed. He actually feels secure. And we all know when a man feels secure, he's not waiting. He's going to get what he wants.
Well, it's kind of like you said, he feels comfortable, right? He knows if I make this decision, she's going to be right beside me. She's going to be right behind me. She's going to be trying to figure out if there's an issue, because there will be issues. She's going to be trying to figure out the issue right alongside me. We're going to put our heads together. We're going to figure it out. But with these modern women, you're not quite sure. You don't know. You don't know from day to day if they're going to decide, well, I don't know if he make enough money for me. And, I want to do this and I want to do that. And I'm not 100% sure if he's the right man for me, because the man got hurt and all of a sudden he can't pay all of the bills by himself. You got to get up and get a job. And sometimes it be for like 2 or 3 years that you got to go out and be a normal person. But they get mad and want to lead a man for that reason, right? These modern women are not wanting to work. They don't want to do anything. But if a man says, oh, I see, because men are going to observe what you're doing. Oh, I see that she's actually, coming alongside me. I see that she's actually on my team. Then all of a sudden things change and he's like, yeah, I think I want to commit to this. It's easy. I mean, what would you want? If something looks good and then you taste it and you're like, oh yeah, this is some good food. I'm going to want more of the food. I'm going to keep on coming back. You don't even have to market anymore. It's going to be word of mouth at that point because your food is good. I'm going to tell my friends, hey, go there. I mean, I tell all my family members, my friends, go to this place. You want some good barbecue? Go to this place. It's the only place in town, the only spot in town that I endorse. Go over there. We could be talking about chicken wings. Man, I really want some barbecue. I'm going to go. Y'all want anything? Hey, why don't you come on with me? Hey, we should get so-and-so to come out and cater for us. We should get so-and-so to bring their food. I hear they got a food truck. Because you were good. You did what you were supposed to do. You don't even have to market. Everybody just goes and generations of people go because you're just good. You modern women don't get that treatment because you're not good. You're trash. You have a loser mindset. You make things difficult for a man, so he's not going to keep on returning. In a bind, he might say, man, I really need something today. So I'll go over there and mess with her. Or I'll go to this barbecue spot. They're not really all that great. I don't like them, but it's the only spot in town, so I guess that's where I'm going. Even though, like I said, I don't want to. So it is what it is. But he don't want you like that. He's not going to commit to you. That's the problem you're having. There's not a lot of stuff that you got going on for yourself. And men going to know that and going to pass you by.
Can I say something that I don't think a lot of people are going to like? And before I say it, I want to say that I'm a part of the problem, and that's why I can easily identify this as a problem. The get up and go, take no mess mentality could possibly be leading us to a place where we are not able to maintain long-term relationships, whether they are platonic or romantic. I fear that there has been a bit of an overcorrection. For a long time, the message that most women needed to hear was stand up for yourself, stop letting him treat you any type of way, get some boundaries, and learn when to leave. And we needed that. We 100% needed that. But I do think that a part of learning how to maintain healthy relationships is also learning when to give grace and when to forgive and when to have more realistic expectations to remember the fact that you are a human being who makes mistakes and you are dating a human being who makes mistakes. I am not talking about cheating, or I want to go ahead and put that out there. I'm also really emphasizing like the beginning phases of like dating and getting to know somebody. I think that our expectations for someone to know exactly what you want and know exactly how much they should communicate with you and know exactly how to talk to you and like be on their P's and Q's and dots all their I's and crosses all their T's upon first meeting you every second of every day might be a little bit unrealistic. That's all I'm going to say.
I told my boyfriend straight up, I'm not taking your last name when we get married. Number one, my first name and my last name sound fantastic together. Number two, I don't want to. And I don't have to. So I won't be doing that.
You sound slow. And if a man says, I'm not going to be paying for no dates, not going to be paying for no vacations, we going to go 50-50 on bills, I'm not going to pay for all these bills. So, I mean, it is what it is. I like my money just fine. What about it?
Unfortunately, ladies, I have to say that I agree with some men. We have made it really hard for men to approach us. We have so many double standards, it's actually crazy. Hear me out. You want him to approach you, but when he approaches you, you feel disrespected. Let's unpack that for a second. If a man wants to sleep with you, why are you feeling disrespected? You are now taking past experiences and projecting it onto this man, and he might be a great man. First off, let's acknowledge that there is shame for women. That's the first thing. So if you feel shameful for wanting such a thing, that's yours and you're projecting it onto him. Second thing, if you think that doing that means you're disrespecting yourself, that is a belief that you have. And third, you might just have the belief that if a man wants to sleep with you, he is disrespecting you. But then also if he doesn't hit on you and doesn't court you, you're upset about it. Which is it? Let's unpack it.
Diabolical things I want in a man. Number one, height. My man's gotta be above 6'2". My last two boyfriends were 6'3", both of them. And they were jacked. And they looked really good. How am I supposed to downgrade from that? So, unfortunately, my next man will have to be 6'2" and up. Number two.
Women have it completely backwards. Like, she says, how am I meant to downgrade from that? You know, because in her mind, her dating choices are just meant to get better and better and better as she progresses, as she gets older, as she goes through more relationships. But these women have it completely backwards. Ladies, as you get older, you have to downgrade your expectations because you are less attractive as a viable prospect. Every year that you get older, every man in your past diminishes your value. Having two boyfriends in the past who are 6'2" and jacked, that doesn't entitle you to a better one afterwards. It kind of disqualifies you from it. This is so obvious to me. It's so clearly common sense that women's standards need to be decreasing over time, not increasing. I don't know how women don't see this. Like this lady, she's dated two guys in the past that she's talking about, her last two boyfriends, but she's not dating them anymore. So if she wasn't good enough for a relationship with them, why does she think that she's entitled to be in a relationship with a man who's even better? Explain that. Like, what is that logic? You're now older and you've got baggage from previous relationships. In what world does that entitle you to an upgrade? Like, what is your value system? Imagine if there was a guy who used to be a multi-millionaire and he used to date really beautiful women, but now he's broke. He's lost all his money. But he says, because I used to date beautiful women, now that I have no money, I'm entitled to date supermodels. Women can clearly see in that instance, the guy is delusional. He's lost that which has made him attractive. But somehow women think they're like this magical exception, like they can lose their youth and their purity and it's just going to have no impact. These women, they have no idea what men actually want.
A lot of these modern women are young-minded. They think just young-minded, right? They think they're still 22. They think they're still a spring chicken. Yeah, you might have a lot of knowledge. You might know more, but there's not really, say for instance, unless you got something that, a lot of people want, as you get older, you kind of, society in general kind of forgets who you are. Just in general, as you get older, right? You might have your family that comes and checks on you, but some people don't even have that. That's just a fact of life, right? So that's why a lot of people say, hey man, see if you can get your family, see if you can find 2 or 3 friends, maybe one, because that person's going to stick beside you. There's not a lot of people that have a whole bunch of friends honestly and truly. They might have like one or two that they can call in any situation. Other than that, they're pretty much on their own. That's with most people. Y'all are out here thinking that that doesn't apply to you, thinking that you can just go out here for as long as you want, whenever you want, however you want. And the men, when you get 30, 35, are just going to be flocking to you. No, some of these brothers want to start a family. Some of these brothers are looking elsewhere. I mean, while you were going off in school, you think that man was waiting on you? No, that man said, hey, I got somebody else here that's willing to do the same thing that you're doing. But then also they want to have a family. I want to have a family, and then I want to go to school as well. So we're both going to school and we're both figuring it out. We actually have a baby on the way. And then about 4 or 5 years time, you hear them talk about how tough it was to do that. And they got about 2 or 3 little ones while you're just starting your career at that point in time. And then I feel like, for the first time in my life, I'm where I want to be, and I just feel so fulfilled. And, I think I'm ready to start dating. And for y'all, that's a declaration. That's a proclamation. That's a decree. All of the men that want a strong, powerful woman, that want a boss babe, that want a chick that knows how to do it, that can really take life by the horns, come to me. Come to me, peasants. Submit your applications to the best job in the land, to the best job in the world, to the best job all over the globe. 0 applicants. 0 applicants first day. And then you might have tire kickers that trickle in here and there. But y'all's value, the way men see you, isn't the same way that it used to be. Still cute. But men are saying, hey, she's cute, but seems like she's got an attitude. She's cute, but seems like her priorities are different from mine. She's cute, but it seems like she's not willing to really work and support me like I am her. So I think I'm going to pass on this one.
I refuse to have a man tell me what I can and what I can't do when I pay for my own bills. I refuse. Try someone else. That ain't gonna be me.
Okay, y'all, get ready with me while I tell you why my husband and I just got in a fight. And I need you to tell me if I'm wrong, okay? I don't usually go to the internet with my personal business, but yeah. So my husband and I are getting ready to go on a ski trip. I don't have any winter clothes. My husband, knowing this, on Christmas Eve decides to gift me with some money to get myself some winter clothes for our ski trip. We're gonna be there for about 2 weeks. So he gave me $800, and that's a good amount of money, okay? Long story short, I came across a video recently of someone talking about how the North Face has a hidden website where they sell the same clothes for a way less amount of money. I come across the site, and that $800 he gave me, I only used about half of that. Basically everything that was in my cart that would have totaled to about $800 and something ended up being around like $400 and something by going on the North Face's hidden website. And I'm like, cool, like, so I took my homegirl and I out to eat and got myself some makeup with the remaining balance, and he was not happy about that. He feels like I manipulated him into giving me that money or more than I needed so that I could take me and my friend out to eat. And it's really not what the intention was, even though it looks that way. But yeah, he doesn't believe me. So let me know if I'm wrong, y'all. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I should have communicated that I didn't need the full $800.
Well, that's great. You found a deal. Now with the rest of the money, instead of blowing it on yourself, use it for the vacation. Y'all are going on a ski trip, from my understanding. Why would you blow that money when you could have just spent it on a ski trip? You're being selfish. The least that you could have done is saying, hey, babe, I actually went on this website and I was able to get all that stuff for about $400. So I got $400 left. Is this for me, or like, are you leaving this money for me, or is this where I can do whatever I want with it? Or are you trying to use it for the trip? Then if he says, well, are you trying to do something with it? Or, well, I was going to take me and my girl out to eat. You just kind of chill, catch up with her. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Right? But where are y'all going? I don't think he would have asked that, but where are y'all going with the $400 that you would blow the entire $400 is, I think, my question. I think he's asking, when we're about to go on vacation, why are you being so loose with the money? Why are you not communicating that? Is I think what the issue is. And I think you know that. I think you know that, number one. Number two, as a woman said in the comments, and thank you for saying that, I don't know why you brought this to the internet. This is none of our business. Instead of asking us, we're random strangers. Why would you ask us when you need to be asking him those questions? When you need to be communicating with him? Because modern women don't know how to shut up. They don't know how to close their mouths. Once again, unfortunately, it continues to ring true that we don't call modern women losers enough. Stop being a loser. Y'all want effective communication, but then here you are talking about your problems to strangers versus going to him with whatever issues that you have. But men need to learn to communicate effectively. Emotional intelligence, period, critical thinking, understanding how to read the room, understanding the vibe, knowing how to read that, knowing how to read people's body language. Ain't that what y'all tell men to do? And then go right in there and don't read the situation. Hey, we actually need that money for the trip. We're going to use that on the trip. Oh, I didn't read that. I read that I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do with this money. So I'm going to go buy stuff for cheap. Fantastic. You got it for a deal, a steal. But now bring the money back so you and I can have experiences together. But of course, you worried about what your friend got going on. Maybe that's why he's upset.
You know, men in 2025 ain't, because I told my dad I wanted a caldo de camarón, so he took his ass to the kitchen and made me a caldo de camarón. And not only that, he also made me tortillas hechas a mano. So,
The minute that I hear a man say something like, I struggle with lust, I know what you are. I see right through you. You're an addicted, gooning loser who objectifies women, and you dehumanize them. You don't see them as their own people. You just see them as objects to have with.
Yeah, when someone tells me they struggle with addiction, I see right through them. I know that they have a disordered, inordinate desire to use intoxicating substances, even at the expense of their health and personal relationships. Was that an example of really sharp intuition, or was that just common sense? Did I intuit that, or did I just describe something that being an addict naturally entails? This is not a hot take. This is not an incisive or even remotely intelligent observation. This is just really obvious.
The term lust is a shield and coded word that right-wing, red pill, hyper-Christian men utilize to absolve them from having to take accountability for being addicted to.
Okay, so lust literally means disordered desire for or inordinate enjoyment of pleasure. It is not a coded term for its own definition. That's just what it means. That's what it is. And what you've described are examples of lust. Someone admitting that they struggle with this is not an attempt to absolve themselves. No one can actually do that. It is an admission of guilt.
That's what I'm thinking. The man is telling you, I'm struggling with this. Oh, don't let him tell you anything different. What other thing is he going to tell you that's different? He told you exactly what his problem was. Well, when they say this, that's them trying to twist and turn and twist and turn. It's them telling you that this is what I struggle with. Well, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, and this. Whatever it is, that's what he's struggling with. Loser.
Instead of saying I'm addicted to them, they use lust. Instead of saying I objectify women, they use lust.
Because you don't need to say all of that. If someone admits to struggling with lust, you obviously have an idea of what kind of problems they might be dealing with. It's easier for someone to say that they struggle with lust than it is for them to say that they're a miserable gooner. Like, that's how human communication works. People use brevity codes, catch-alls, general terms, euphemisms, all to avoid awkward situations and to save some face.
It is normal for men to feel horny. It is normal to be attracted to women. Those things are normal.
This is just one of those things that goes without saying. I think we're good on this. We're in agreement here.
But they use the term lust because they don't have control over their emotions or their feelings or their desires.
Dang, that's crazy. It's almost like that's what lust is.
And then now they act like it's some clinical term that they could utilize, like it's depression or anxiety. You can't go to your doctor and say you're struggling with lust.
You're saying this like people don't go to therapists or psychologists for addiction and addiction. Like, what are we even doing here?
You know what they do? They go to men's groups at church and they sit down and talk together and they say, I'm struggling with lust.
First, it's men use the word lust to avoid accountability, and now it's men go to men's groups to hold each other accountable and give each other support. Like, pick a lane.
Women aren't being modest. I need women. And of course, the burden falls back on women to be modest. That way men can control their lust, even though Jesus said, pluck your eyeballs out if you're lusting. But again, they don't give a shit about that.
Wrong again. It's called custody of the eyes. It is a very well-known spiritual discipline in Christianity taught and encouraged by men of the faith. You can pause here to read if you want. Secondly, modesty is a virtue beyond just preventing lust. It protects the dignity of the person, and it underscores the understanding that our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit and deserving of honor and respect.
I grew up in the church. My parents were pastors.
Really? I couldn't tell.
And this is why a lot of men say, well, I don't really say much about what I'm going through. I know she wants me to be emotionally vulnerable and she wants me to tell her what I got going on, but it's used against me. This woman made a whole video about men going where they're supposed to be going, about men doing what they're supposed to be doing. Y'all don't get out. Y'all don't go nowhere. Y'all don't even meet with each other. I mean, y'all don't have deep relationships. Y'all have surface level relationships. Go to therapy or something. Turns out I did. Turns out I admitted I had a problem and I went to a group to where maybe I can get support and encouragement for that said thing. Imagine that. Hey, yeah, man, I'm struggling with that too. Idiot. Would you tell somebody that is struggling with alcohol? Well, why are you going to Alcoholics Anonymous? What were you doing there? What are you doing there? That's lame. Why making fun of me? Why would you be there? Because I'm admitting that I have a problem and I'm trying to get rid of the problem. I'm trying to get over it so my quality of life can go up. Well, you do this and you do all of that and you didn't hit somebody when you're under the influence. I know, which is why I'm here, so I don't do that again. You see how that works? I'm trying to learn techniques and strategies so I can improve on being a good person. What are you up to right now? You could be at your home, in bed, lights cut off, TV, volume up, mom and dad are out of town. You laying in the bed with a bucket of popcorn, maybe a protein bar and a Stanley cup of water, chilling, eating, having a snack, watching a movie, turn over and go to sleep. But instead, you are here on this internet talking stupid.
How does that work with you and your wife? Like, is she more like laid back?
My wife is she's everything that a woman's supposed to be. Soft-spoken, elegant, extremely laid back, extremely.
When y'all get in an argument, what does she do?
We don't do arguments.
Okay.
We don't argue.
If you guys get in a disagreement, what does she do?
She does what grown women do. She lets me be right until I realize I'm wrong. Damn. That's how grown women navigate. Yeah, I deal with feminine women.
Wait, say it again.
That was hard. Say it again. She allows me to be right until I come back and realize I'm wrong. That's what smart women do.
So when do you come back and realize you're wrong?
It could be when I leave. I could go get in my car. It could be a day. It could be
What if
2
you
days.
never realize it?
She knows what kind of man she got. I'm going to realize it.
I'm convinced that guys don't know how to ask a girl out anymore. Like, I know there's that statistic that's like, oh, guys don't go up to girls anymore. No, I don't even think that they know how to ask girls out, like, over Hinge or, like, on text. Because I was talking to this guy on Hinge, and, like, we had, like, a few texts back and forth. And I, like, said something about, like, seeing each other in person. And he was just like, ha, 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 yeah. Like, okay, this is where you're like, yeah, and like, I'd love to. When are you free? Like, I pretty much teed him up for that, and there was no follow through.
I just realized all females are clones at this point. I see every girl bust down, middle part down to her booty, side part, baby hair is hanging to the eyebrows, lip combo. All of y'all starting to look the same to me. Like, I can't even tell the difference, baby. Like, and then y'all be like, oh, I'm the baddest. He needs to pay my rent. Girl, take that makeup off and all of that. And let me see if you're going to talk that same talk. Have that same attitude. Oh, I'm a boss. Let's see.
My wife sent this to me. A real life example of the mental load. Insert inappropriate joke here.
Yesterday, and I was by myself. I didn't have my kids or anything like that. And
Gotcha.
I saw an example of something I think a lot of women struggle with in their marriages, but it's
You're talking too much. Oh, okay.
especially when they're parents, which is that they have on paper what looks like a great partner.
Yep, my wife. She has a great partner.
Who is a good dad, who is present.
Yep, I'm her daddy.
And involved. But at the
Yep.
end of the day, they're the person carrying the mental load.
Love that mental load. Listen, you just gotta split your mental load. You know, my wife has a mental load for some stuff like the shopping. She do be shopping. But I'll have a mental load on things like math and taking care of bills and whatnot, and allowing her to spend money and keeping that budget, which is usually just spend whatever you want, and I don't really buy things for myself, which I'm fine with. But yeah, you're a team. You gotta split the mental load for sure.
And like project managing the kids, right? And I say this because yesterday, you know, I'm on this flight and there's this couple behind me. They have a toddler and it's the two parents.
All right, just one toddler, two parents.
And
Gotcha.
the plane was one of the smaller planes. So it was the toddler and the mom on one side of the aisle and the dad on the other side of the aisle. First,
what do they buy, an empty seat? What is going on with that?
a couple came down and they asked the dad to switch with them because they wanted to sit together and they weren't in the same aisle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I got you. Now, I'm a nice guy. I might consider saying yes, so I personally would check in with my wife. But then again, you got a toddler. Pretty sure toddlers are young and they're dumb, right? I think babies come out of the mom's vagina dumber than any other animal. Other animals come out, they can walk. Babies will die if you leave them alone for 5 minutes. So, yeah, that husband should probably say no. Or he could defer to the wife for her to be mean. I will sometimes defer to my wife to, you know, be mean to people. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'm a little too nice, which is something I'm working on. But I'm only nice because my wife lets me be, right? That's the best relationship. Me and wife, loving husband. That's the best relationship, dude.
He couldn't answer the question without asking his wife. He was like, oh, yeah, I'd be happy to switch with you, but let me ask my wife. And he said, hey, would it be less helpful to you if I was in that aisle up there by the window?
No.
And
it's a bit far away, it sounds.
she was like, yes, of course that would be less helpful to me.
Valid response of being irritated with your husband, by the way.
If you were in a completely different aisle by a window, right? Like it's better if you're near me and our toddler than it is if you're in a different aisle.
That's true. And you got to keep in mind, what if the plane goes down? Do you think that you can trust a woman to know how to survive? All women do is they panic. I'm slightly joking here. Don't ban me. But when I'm driving a car, here's a typical thing when a man's driving a car. You're driving, you have no problem, you have everything around, your peripherals, you know where everybody is at the same time, you're playing 7D chess. Your wife does that. What the fuck's going on? She's just scared of every issue that's happening around, so she freaks out. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? I thought we're going to hit that person. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're not even close. You can't trust your wife to be able to deal with stressful situations. Women, okay, don't trust your wife. Okay. I'm just kidding.
And so he said to those people, he was like, hey, sorry, like I can't switch. It wouldn't be helpful to my wife.
That's totally valid.
Which like first and foremost, it was like, he should have known that, right? Like he should have.
Yeah, but kudos to him for checking in.
Known that. But he deferred to her to respond to that question.
Yeah.
I then offered to switch because the other person was in my row. So I was like, I'll switch. I'll sit next to the dad. So I proceeded.
Ooh, we're getting a little love triangle here.
To sit next to this dad. And the entire flight, he was basically reading while the mom was taking the toddler to the bathroom because she said she was potty training, while the mom was feeding the toddler, while the mom was playing with the toddler. She was coloring with the toddler. Yeah. She was comforting the toddler who was scared because there was turbulence, and dad was like reading his book. But
okay. I mean, that could be an issue. The problem is I don't know the rest of their relationship. You know, maybe it was mommy's turn to take care of it. Maybe they have like a relationship dynamic where she takes care of the kid. Well, I think it's totally fine to have more of like a one parent takes care of the kid, one parent maybe, you know, goes to the work, although you should be sharing the burden or the load. I don't know enough about the relationship. Me personally, I feel like my wife would probably take care of the kid more on the plane because I get motion sick. So that's like I got to deal with myself. I'm a big fucking baby.
Basically, she's trying to make a problem out of no problem is what it is. Trying to find a problem here, trying to shift blame to a man, trying to make it seem like the man is at fault for doing something, trying to jump in somebody's business, not knowing what they're doing. Because it's always the man's fault. I, as a married woman, understanding or should understand the dynamics of what marriage is and what a partnership looks like, I might consider a couple of different avenues and reasons to why she might be holding the child and he might not be, and what his role is. And God forbid a man be reading the book while the woman is holding the toddler. I mean, well, what do you want? Oh, well, you should just say. You don't need to check in with her. Actually, because I respect my partner, I want to ask her because this woman is asking me something and I want to help this woman because I'm a good person. So I say, hey, you know, Are you needing help with the baby, or is this something? Yeah, I got the baby for 2 hours. And if I need you, I can just hand the baby across the aisle to you, and you take care of the baby while I go use the restroom, whatever. Okay, cool. Whatever it is, it's called problem solving. It's called critical thinking. It's called communicating with your partner, which once again, you're married. So I would have thought that that's something that you identify with.
So it could be an issue. I mean, the dad should be splitting the load. Maybe she's fine with it. I don't really know. I don't know. But although it does sound like that could contribute a little more.
He was always happy to help. He would say, how can I help? What do you need?
Oh, see, look at that. Beautiful.
And she'd say, I need the wipes. And he was like, great. Where are they? And
Bro, I'm so sorry. Yeah, dude. I don't pack the bags. My wife packs the bags and she organizes. And, I respect my wife and I appreciate that. I pay for everything. I'll pay for things. I drive, carry the heavy stuff. Like, here's a typical trip for my wife and I to Disney. My wife wants to go to Disney. She wants to plan it. She enjoys that. I give her the card. I tell her she can do whatever we want. We'll talk about what we want to do. Okay, we're going to stay in this hotel for this many nights, and blah, blah, blah. So she sets the plan with my money, right? The night comes. She obviously will pack before it goes on there. I help her a little bit, but she mostly packs. I'll load the car up. I drive the car to the airport, get to the airport. I'll carry all the bags in there, yada, yada, yada. We'll sit down. We'll enjoy the flight together. We get off. We get the bags. We'll get the car. I'll drive to the hotel, and then we'll, enjoy our time together, right? I don't know. That's just what my wife likes to and is better at that kind of stuff, I'm a big dumb man. And I try to contribute. Like, when we're home, I do clean stuff. It's not like my wife doesn't clean, or I only stick to clean, or I'll clean, I'll cook sometimes. But yeah, man, I don't know. I can kind of relate. Maybe I need to do more. I don't know. Maybe I need to check in with my wife. We'll find out after the segment that she sent to me, maybe passive aggressively.
like in the bag under your feet. Like, you have the bag there in the bag.
Yeah, I can't find anything in front of my face.
Where in the back? And that was what he asked for, like, everything. When the toddler had to go to the bathroom, he said, well, what should I do? And which snack do you want? Like, what?
That's a valid question.
What do you need from me? It was basically what I think a lot of women struggle with, which is that they have these partners who are physically there and they're involved, but they wait for the direction from their partner, and they leave the entire mental load with her. Like, she has to pack the diaper bag, know where the wipes are, know what snacks are there, bring the arts and crafts, and then tell him what to do the entire flight. Like, he couldn't make a decision without her.
I mean, we're talking about what's in the backpack. Just tell them where it is, which pocket. Y'all like to pack stuff where people can't see it, and y'all will have somebody unzipping where things should be that, in a normal person's backpack, they would be. They're not when you pack the bag. They're somewhere that it is hidden. It is like, well, why would you even put it there? Well, because I felt like that you have your whole line of reasoning as to why you're doing something, as to why you put something somewhere. So instead of me going and searching for it, the fastest, most efficient method, instead of me looking and just kind of like searching, oh, it's in the front pocket. Okay, boom, got it right here. Could you get me the snacks? Okay, where are they? Left pocket. Okay, boom. Instead of me looking around for the snacks, in 5 seconds, you're done. You're done talking in 5 seconds versus me sitting around looking at for 30, 45 seconds to a minute, where trying to find something. And then when I put it back, you don't like the way that I put it back. Oh, well, it's like this because you had it twisted and turned and tied up in there. It was in there a certain way that you took an hour to put it in there like that. Is that really practical on a plane? Y'all got to start using your brains, man. Y'all got to start using your brains.
That does sound stressful for her.
Came to the toddler. And I just feel like this is something so many women struggle with, because their partner is sitting there being like, hey, I'm a good dad. Like, I'm always here. I'm always happy to help. I will do anything you ask of me. And she's sitting there saying, like, I don't want to have to ask you, right? Like, and I don't want to have to tell you where the wipes are. Like, you should know where the wipes are in the diaper bag. Like,
I guess if it's a diaper bag specifically, sure. If it's a packed bag, a carry-on, I don't know where anything is.
You should have helped me.
I mean, here's the thing. Maybe you should. Here's the thing. For men do big task, women do small task. Right? Now, I'm not saying small task, less work. Small task, many small task. Few big task, right? Give husband baby, husband hold baby. You do that. That's a big task. Hold baby, rock baby, kiss baby, love baby. Mom do diaper. Mom do snack. There you go. You have to understand the male, female, the boy, girl dynamic. Men do big tasks very well. That's why we love Costco. Big things, and they don't really move. Girls do small tasks, a lot of small tasks really well. A lot of little things. They're always thinking about 700,000 things. It's fucking insane. So, here's my thing. You got to give husband the big task, but maybe she wanted to hold the baby. But you can't do big task and small. Men can't do small task. We just can't do small tasks. We're part of the IDD community. Something to think about.
Pack this bag for our toddler because it's a lot of work packing for yourself and a toddler for a plane ride, right? Like that's a lot of work. And so it was just such an interesting example.
What if two men are in a relationship? That's gay.
In real life of what it looks like when on paper you have a dad who is physically present, who is involved, who's always happy to help, and yet mom is still essentially the project manager and the person carrying the mental load. And that can be a really exhausting, frustrating dynamic.
Here's the thing. I want this is, you know what? I get it. I understand women. You think I'm generalizing? Yeah, of course I'm generalizing. What the fuck else do I have? I have a vague story. Of course I generalize, dude. That's number one. Number two, real question. How much of the mom wants to do, this is the thing. My wife likes to do certain tasks and I do those tasks well, but she doesn't like how I do them. And I let her own things. We are a 50-50 couple. We have a house. It's her house. So I'll do the dishes. I do the dishes fine. I put things away fine. Well, I don't like this. Okay. I'll just do it myself. Okay. I'm not going to have a fucking fight with you. Because you like to do something your way that is irrelevant to the success of the task because you like to do it. And I'm going to give you that satisfaction, but I'm not going to stress myself out over it. So it's how many tasks are we not giving our husband because we just like to do it? I'm just saying. Something to think about. You can't be in full control and not give people or your husband the opportunity to succeed by just doing it because you are very, have some kind of fucking fixation on how exactly it gets done. And they get upset when we don't know what the fuck we're doing. You decided to delegate that task to yourself, and we've decided to do other tasks, like cleaning the toilet or something,
Why are you not inside my brain? Why are you not doing what I want you to do? Why are you not behaving how I want you to behave? That's the problem we're having. Loser modern women. Keep on doing what you're doing, bruh. Y'all keep on talking to each other. Y'all keep on working out whatever it is that you're working out between you two and leave her loser behind out of it.